Naarifiwa na mwelekezi wangu kwamba tunavuka huko moja kwa moja, sijui kama ni mazishi ya Boniface ama ni shughuli ya IEBC. Naam, tunavuka katika shughuli ya kuapishwa kwa makamishna wa IEBC. Tupate picha hizo moja kwa moja, alafu nitakuwa narejea studioni kwa mazungumzo.
Honorable Shadrach Mose, the Principal Administrative Secretary in the Executive Office of the President, Mr. Arthur Osia, the newly appointed Chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, the CEO of IEBC, Mr. Marjan Hussein Marjan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed Chairperson and members of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Honorable Chief Justice, Article 88 of the Constitution establishes the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, whose core mandate is to conduct or supervise referenda and elections to any elective body or office established by the Constitution and any other elections as prescribed by an Act of Parliament. Under the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, the Commission consists of a chairperson and 6 members who are selected competitively by a selection panel and are appointed by the President with the approval of the National Assembly. Through Gazette Notice number 9269, dated and published on 10th July 2025, His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, appointed Mr. Erastus Ethekon as the chairperson of the Commission. Through Gazette Notice number 9270, dated and published on 10th July 2025, His Excellency the President also appointed the following persons as members of the Commission: Anne Njerin Deritu, Moses Alutalala Mukwana, Mary Karen Sorobit, Hassan Nur Hassan, Francis Odhiambo Aduol, and Fahima Arafat Abdallah. Honorable Chief Justice, Article 74 of the Constitution demands that before assuming a state office, acting in a state office, or performing any functions of a state office, a person shall take and subscribe the oath or affirmation of office in the manner and form prescribed by the 3rd schedule or under an Act of Parliament. Members of Chapter 15 commissions, such as the IEBC, are designated as state officers to whom this article applies. More specifically, Section 9 of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act provides that the chairperson and members shall, before assuming office, make and subscribe to the oath or affirmation office prescribed in the 3rd schedule. The oath of office that is prescribed in this 3rd schedule is to be sworn before the Chief Justice, and this is the purpose of this ceremony today. Honorable Chief Justice, allow me therefore to call upon the following to take their oath of office respectively. We will start with Mr. Erastus Ethekon. Yes.
Yes. Okay. The microphone is on. You hold from here. Okay. I, Erastus Ethekon, having been appointed the chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment, without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Erastus. I now call Anne Njeri Deritu. Yes, I am. Everyone. Okay. I, Anne Njeri Deritu, having been appointed as a member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment, without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God. Congratulations, Anne. I now call Moses Alutalala Mukwana.
I, Moses Alutalala Mukwana, having been appointed as a member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Oh, that's right.
I now call Mary Karen Sorobit.
I, Mary Karen Sorobit, having been appointed as member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolved upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Congratulations, Mary. I now call upon Hassan Nur Hassan.
I, Hassan Nur Hassan, having been appointed as a member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Congratulations, Hassan. Allow me to call upon Francis Odhiambo Adwol.
I, Francis Odhiambo Adwol, having been appointed as a commissioner of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Congratulations, Francis. Allow me to now call Fahima Arafat Abdallah.
My right hand, with my right hand. Yes. I, Fahima Arafat Abdallah, having been appointed as a commissioner of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, do solemnly swear that I will at all times obey, respect, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will faithfully and fully, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge the trust and perform the functions and exercise the powers devolving upon me by virtue of this appointment without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, or prejudice. So help me God.
Congratulations, Chair, and all the newly appointed members of IEBC. I want to wish you well in the very momentous task that lies ahead of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the swearing-in ceremony. But Honorable Chief Justice, allow me to invite a few of our guests who are here to make a few remarks. May I call upon the chairperson of IEBC, Mr. Erastus Ethekon, to come and make some remarks.
Your Ladyship, Honorable the Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Honorable Justice Martha Koome, the Honorable Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dorcas Odor, chairpersons of commissions present here, members of the IEBC, my new colleagues, the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Honorable Wilfrida Mokaya, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Allow me to take this opportunity to make a few remarks. It is with profound humility and a deep sense of duty that I address you today as the newly appointed chairperson of the IEBC. I am immensely honored by the trust placed in me to lead this vital institution, one that lies at the heart of our democracy. I extend my warmest congratulations to my fellow commissioners who have just taken their oath of office. I know it has been a demanding journey, but that journey, however difficult it may have been, was merely to prepare us for the greater responsibilities that lie ahead. Today marks the beginning of our service to the people of Kenya. We must approach this sacred duty, therefore, with the urgency and integrity and absolute commitment guided by our Constitution and the laws of the Republic, but more importantly, guided by the expectations of every Kenyan. Free and fair and credible elections are the cornerstone of our democratic society. The IEBC is entrusted with the solemn responsibility to ensure that every citizen's voice is not only heard, but honored. As Winston Churchill once said, the price of greatness is in responsibility. That responsibility now rests with us and with all Kenyans. I thank His Excellency the President, the Parliament, together with the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, the selection panel, for taking us through that rigorous, open and transparent process that led to our eventual appointment. Lady Justice, I also would like to thank the judiciary, the Chief Justice, for the commendable job they did in expediting the process of determining the matters that held the process and for affirming the legality of our appointment. I wish to state to the country that my first and foremost loyalty is to the people of Kenya, who hold the sovereign power under Article 1 of our Constitution. And that power allows them, therefore, to exercise their sovereign responsibility, including their right to vote. And therefore, I wish to assure Kenyans that their voices will not only be heard, but they will also count during this, the coming elections. As we look ahead, I urge you to stand firm in your commitment to democratic values. Together, we must build a stronger, more resilient nation, one election at a time. John Lewis once said, "The vote is so precious, it is almost sacred. It is the most powerful non-violent tool which we have in a democracy." I therefore echo the truth in the words of John Lewis, and I urge all Kenyans to ensure that we use this opportunity that our electoral processes allows us to ensure that we build a peaceful, stable, and secure democracy. Credibility, ladies and gentlemen, of our elections depends on our collective commitment to the rule of law, to fairness, to the principle that every Kenyan matters. And in Article 88 of the Constitution, our mandate as IEBC is clearly outlined. And we, together with my colleagues and our secretariat, are committed to take that responsibility seriously, that we shall ensure that we discharge our mandate with the seriousness that it deserves. And today, as we have witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, we have taken that oath, and we will abide by the words and the spirit of that oath. In today's Kenya and the world, we are bound to face a lot of challenges because of today's new innovations. And one of the greatest challenges, but also an opportunity, is the issue of information. As a commission, as we settle down to our work, we are bound to face a lot of challenges in misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. But we also have an opportunity to work with those news outlets to ensure that we educate, we inform, and we focus on factual truth so that then we build trust, because it's through that information that we build trust in the credibility of our institutions, such as IEBC, but also of our electoral processes. Lastly, Honorable Lady Chief Justice, a credible election is not a responsibility of IEBC alone. It is a national responsibility. I therefore, as we work, as we settle down as the new IEBC, I therefore call upon all other institutions, all other stakeholders to support us and to work together in us cooperatively and collaboratively to ensure that as we plan for the by-elections and the next coming general elections, that we work together collectively because we have shared responsibility to ensure that we deliver on our mandate, which is to ensure peaceful, credible, transparent, and accountable electoral processes. As I conclude, I appeal to every Kenyan to be part of this journey and to support us with your participation, your vigilance, your voices, so that our democracy will be as strong as our collective belief in it. I also, as I conclude, wish to remind us that IEBC has been here long enough, and we have our predecessors who have been the architects of some of the systems that we will inherit, that we will work to perfect and improve, and therefore wish to pay tribute to them, to honor them for their outstanding contribution to consolidating and deepening our democratic processes through their work in IEBC. Let me leave you finally with the words of Larry J. Sabato, that every election is determined by the people who show up. So I urge fellow Kenyans that you must show up, you must engage, you must vote, and you must participate in ensuring that we do our job very well for the sake of our country. I thank you. May God bless Kenya, and may God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ethekon, Chair IEBC. May I now call upon the Principal Administrative Secretary in the Executive Office of the President, Mr. Arthur Osia. Karibu sana.
Lady Chief Justice, the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Solicitor General, the newly appointed and sworn-in chair, and your fellow commissioners, family members accompanying our commissioners, fellow civil servants. Lady Justice, it is my happiness today. You remember the last time we were here, we were seeing through the selection panel that has taken Kenyans through the process that has produced these great ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you, Lady Chief Justice, for your availability and facilitating the processes that we have always come before you. Chief Justice, I would first of all want to take this opportunity to individually and collectively congratulate the chair and these fellow commissioners for being sworn in and for being appointed as members of this commission. This commission, even when you look around this hall today, it speaks volumes. It has never been this full. It's never attracted this kind of attention. So this is a message to the commissioners that you have just started carrying a very big stone, a very big sack. You are now carrying this country on your shoulders. My only advice would be, you are the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, not commissions. Commission, not commissions. Collegiality and cohesiveness in your operations will be key for the trust that you need to get from us. It is trust. Just work hard. Kenyans are very hopeful. Today this country is breathing because we have a commission in place. There's a lot of hope out there, and it's barely, squarely in your hands to develop the trust of Kenyans, carry Kenyans along with you, and all shall be well. I know the environment is quite, I don't know the words to use, but you know the space you are getting into. A lot of expectation, a lot of mistrust, a lot of imaginations, But the law will guide you, fidelity to the law, to yourselves, to your conscience, and to this country will see us through. Chief Justice, I don't want to say anything more than that, but to take this opportunity to wish this team well, wish you good luck, because you need it, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Osia, for the wise counsel and the remarks. Our Attorney General, Honorable Dorcas Oduor, is present, but today she has nominated the Solicitor General, Mr. Shadrach Mose, to speak on his behalf and behalf of the AG.
The Honorable, the Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court, the Honorable, the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, the newly appointed Chair of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission and the new commissioners, my good brother Osia, the Chief Registrar, the Judiciary, riding on all protocols, good afternoon. First and foremost, Honorable Chief Justice, my Korera, we want to appreciate you, we want to thank you for this very timely or timeous occasion that you have managed to accord us so that the new commissioners have been sworn in. To the new commissioners, today, you are a rare gift that Kenyans have gotten. A rare gift in the sense that Kenyans, you know, from all walks, have been waiting for the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission commissioners. I am sure we have the secretariat in place, but they have not been able to discharge fully their mandate without commissioners. So today is a good day, it's a great day for Kenyans. We really want to thank you. Just as Ada Osia clearly said, Kenyans have a lot of expectations. Kenyans have a lot of faith. Kenyans have a lot of trust in you. All that you need to do is to build the confidence, the trust that has been bestowed upon you. Secondly, as the Office of the Attorney General, as the Attorney General and myself, we want to assure you that we will be available, we will be there for you, so that at the end of the day, we serve this great country of ours called Kenya. Kenyans, in all their walks of life, know that this is a great country. And today, the mandate that has been bestowed on you is a heavy responsibility. Just as he said, if you see the numbers, it's because Kenyans are expectant. And we are confident that you are going to live to the oath of office that you have actually taken. Want you to discharge your responsibility with transparency, accountability, within the rule of law, and above all, our Constitution. Your mandate, as enshrined in our Constitution, is a solemn mandate, and therefore discharge your duty without fear or favor, and taking into account that we have a country that all of us need to take care of. We wish you well. We pray for you. Kenyans need to pray for our commissioners and Honorable the Chief Justice. We also pray for you so that together we hold this country. We don't have another country. And anybody who thinks we have another country, my friend, we don't have another country. We don't have a neighbor that we can lean to for any support. Therefore, we only have ourselves to take care of this country. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Solicitor General Shadrach Mose, for the wonderful remarks. I now call upon the Honorable Chief Justice to come and give remarks. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Frida Mukaya, our Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, for conducting this ceremony. The Honorable Attorney General, my sister, our newly appointed chairperson of the IEBC, the Honorable Commissioners, all our guests this afternoon, good afternoon. It's a cold afternoon. I welcome you to the Supreme Court, and I offer my apologies for our very humble facility where we entertain guests in a solemn occasion like this when you are sitting and others are standing. One of these days, when God blesses us, we will have a state-of-the-art room where we can conduct such ceremonies. Today, bear with us. Thank you all who have spoken for those wonderful speeches, congratulating our chairperson and the commissioners. I also join you to congratulate the chairperson and the commissioners on your appointment and formal assumption of office. Today marks the beginning of a great public duty, one that demands not only competence and courage, but also a firm and unwavering commitment to constitutionalism, impartiality, and the democratic aspirations of the people of Kenya who you represent. This swearing ceremony is not just about fulfillment of a legal requirement, though through the administration of an oath, rather, it is about the transfer of trust that Kenyans have transferred to you. In you now resides the solemn responsibility to safeguard one of the most sacred rights in our Constitution, the right of every Kenyan to participate in free, fair, and credible elections, as enshrined in Article 38 of the Constitution. You are taking office at a time when our nation is undergoing a period of great reckoning, a moment when Kenyans, especially our young people, are expressing discontent, are expressing frustrations with public institutions. The cry from every corner of our nation is for integrity. The cry from every corner is for transparency, accountability, and justice. And it is against this backdrop that your mandate acquires even greater weight and urgency. Our country must be built on the bedrock of true democracy, and it is your duty, Honorable Chair and Commissioners, to ensure that this is preserved and it is honored. It is also unfortunate that the process of recruiting you as the chairperson and commissioners was long and protracted. The term of the previous commissioners ended over 2 years ago, leaving this critical institution without its leadership and unable to discharge the constitutional mandate. We always say law abhors vacuum. This institutional vacuum has delayed several key processes that are vital to Kenya's democratic health. Now that the Commission has been reconstituted, it is imperative that you move with speed to undertake the critical constitutional and administrative functions that have remained in abeyance, and to begin in earnest and timely preparations for the 2027 general elections. The IEBC, as a constitutionally independent body, is not merely an election managing institution. It is one of the cornerstones of Kenya's constitutional democracy. Your work directly impacts the legitimacy of the government, the stability of our nation, and the confidence of the people in the rule of law and democratic governance. You are now the custodians of a process that has in the past defined the trajectory of our nation, for better or worse. Let me echo the words for better or for worse, as often said in the church by the priest while solemnizing marriages. I am emphasizing this because Kenya belongs to the entire population of 50 million plus Kenyans who all have rights. These rights are spelled out in the Constitution and other laws. These rights are not a preserve of a few Kenyans. Kenya does not belong to politicians. It does not belong to the judiciary. It does not belong to the IEBC, the police, or any other institution. Kenya belongs to all of us, and no one has a right to trample over others. Each one of us, despite our rank or office, we owned only one vote. Those of us who are privileged to occupy public offices occupy them on behalf of Kenyans, and therefore we must always humble ourselves and deliver services to Kenyans with grace and humility according to our Constitution and the statutes. And for us Kenyans and all of us, whatever is not working, notwithstanding the pain or difficulty in fixing it, whatever you will find not working and serving Kenyans properly at the IEBC, you must confront it and you must fix it. This is why you have been given the mandate. Let me also mention Kenya's painful history of disputed elections, cycles of violence and loss of life and property, which is a stark reminder that elections are not just political events. It is not just an event. They are national security. Whatever you're doing, you must always think about national security. You must think about the economic of this country and the human rights issues behind every Kenyan who is entitled to free and fair, credible elections. It is in response to that history that the framers of the 2010 Constitution embedded a strong legal and institutional guardrails, such as the IEBC, yourselves, to protect the integrity of the electoral process. May the first prefix of your name, independent, always sound a clear tone all the time, especially if there will be a time when anybody or any institution will attempt to interfere with your decision-making independence. In this respect, I'm happy to share with you my own experience about my rail guard, which I call the shield and defender. It has always been Article 161 of the Constitution that says the judiciary is independent, and in our decision-making, We are not subject to anybody or any institution. And anybody trying to interfere with our decision making, anybody who has sworn to defend the Constitution will obviously be attempting to violate their own oath of office and also the oath of office for the electoral commissioners. So the prefix independence is very, very important for you as you move on to discharge this noble duty. You must therefore ensure that every decision, every action, every process you preside over adhere strictly to constitutional principles of fair, free, transparent, and accountable elections. The law requires, and the people of Kenya demand, that the Commission be and be seen to be independent, impartial, neutral, efficient, and professional. Let me also be candid. In the eyes of many Kenyans today, trust in public institutions has been waning, unfortunately. There is a pervasive perception that public institutions have become detached from the needs and values of the people. There is undoubtedly a great deal of public trust deficit, especially between the government and the citizenry, which requires serious engagement for us to rebuild. Being a woman of faith and listening to many clarion calls, I agree that 2025 in Kenya is the year of rebuilding our country, and it's also the year of repairing the breach. The greatest aspect of rebuilding for me is the broken relationships of trust between the people and the institutions of government. The people must trust the people in government who serve them. We in the judiciary under the National Council on the Administration of Justice, that IEBC is also a critical member, we have taken the challenge to see how we can reach out to our people, the people we serve, and ask them, where have we gone wrong? How can we serve them better? How can we build the trust? And how can we move together? We are doing this through the court users committees, and I believe you will also undertake civic education in a manner that will build the public trust during this year of the clarion call of rebuilding our nation and repairing the breaches wherever they have happened. Because deficit of trust poses a real danger to our democracy, to our national cohesion, and our constitutional order. You must rise above this crisis of confidence. More than perhaps any other institution in this season, you, the IEBC, must earn the trust of the people through your conduct. You must always ask how the decisions you make, just like we do in the judiciary, impact on the society. You must also be very, very wary about your integrity. This journey begins today. The oath you have taken must be the compass that guides all your decisions and conduct. It binds you to fidelity to the Constitution, as the previous speakers have said, and also to the law. It commits you to serve the people of Kenya diligently and honestly. It reminds you that public office is one of public trust. As we look ahead to the 2027 general elections and also the upcoming by-elections, the stakes could not be higher. The Kenyan people are watching. They expect nothing less than a commission that will deliver an electoral process that is peaceful, legitimate, transparent, and verifiable. This is your constitutional calling and your historic duty. I urge you to remember that democracy is not sustained by the laws and institutions alone. It is sustained by the trust, by fairness, and by the collective belief of citizens that their voice and their vote will matter. You have the opportunity and the obligation to restore and strengthen that belief. I take this opportunity on behalf of the judiciary, the National Council on the Administration of Justice, to wish you wisdom, courage, and integrity as you undertake this sacred mandate. We will stand ready to support you, to uphold the rule of law, and we urge you to do your part in defending our Constitution and nurturing our democratic journey. May God bless you. May God guide you. And may God shine his light upon you every day as you set out to serve Kenyans. Thank you very much. May you also serve Kenyans with grace and honor.